Good morning, good morning, good morning, or afternoon. It's Ruth Marquis, your favorite realtor. Welcome to the Ruth and Relationship Show. I am your host, Ruth Marquis, aka your favorite realtor, aka your favorite credit specialist, aka your love negotiator. I help men and women relate and get into quality relationships that lead to quality families, that lead to quality communities, that lead to quality legacies. Let's build. The topic today, excuse my lip smacking. I didn't even know that was I didn't know that was a thing. Like, excuse me. It's gonna be a long road to recovery to get rid of that. Um the topic today is, should women have to change to get in order to get married? Should women have to change in order let's to get married? Period. Oh, it already knew. All right. Thank you so much for your patience this morning. It's Thursday. I'm holding it together. I'm doing good. I'm doing good. Kind of. All right. So we're good here. If you're on here, say hi and where you're from. And if you're watching this on a replay, hashtag replay gang. Can't wait to see what you got to say on the replay. All right. So let's see what we got going on. What you got going on? Uh, uh. How you feeling today? It's raining in Philly. Hey, Cupcake Marathon, Don Julio. What do y'all think? Should women have to change in order to get married? Good afternoon. Your name keep changing. You're not the favorite realtor anymore. Where did my name change? I am your favorite realtor. But I'm also your favorite credit specialist and your love negotiator. Boom, boom. But yes, I am your favorite realtor. She said love. Thank you. Hola, says Cupcake. I'm sorry. Can you tell me your name again? I'm gonna call you Cupcake the whole time. All right. So should women have to change? Now, I'm gonna save my input for the end. I already know what y'all gonna say. The women gonna say no. Oh, Lamont. Hey, how are you, Lamont? I don't want to change. I don't want to change. I'm independent. And if you don't like me the way I am, then don't take me. And the guys are like, okay. So if I'm the love negotiator, and the guys is like, listen, woman, if you gonna be my wife, it's a certain way you gotta move. If you gonna be my wife, right? Don't think about where you are now. Think about where you are tomorrow, right? When y'all gonna when y'all gonna be a team, and how you're gonna be his teammate, and you represent him and he represents you. You don't want him coming all looking crazy when he come out the house, not matching, looking crazy. So we're gonna talk about more than that. We're gonna talk about dress. We're gonna talk about language, and we're gonna talk about personality. I'm doing worse than some, but better than others. Blessed to see another day. Hope your morning is filled with love and peace this AM. Thank you. Yes, I'm glad. Yeah, listen, we are blessed. We cannot complain at all. That's why today I just gave myself some grace. I know I told y'all the time, but your girl had to take a time today. I was like, where am I? I forgot what I was doing. I was like, I be in La La Land, yo. I was like, where am I? Once you drop the baby off, it'd be like, you get in that mommy mode. You be like, but when the baby's here, you like, yo, I got this to do, that to do. Come on, we gotta go. Soon as I drop them off, it's be like silence, right? All right. No, he's quiet in the morning. I ain't gonna lie. All right. So here we go. Let's jump into it. We're gonna get into this video. let's see how and like, listen, let me tell you. Some call the red pill community, and they just have this thing that all women act a certain way. Like, basically that we ratchet and ghetto these days. That's what they trying to say. I don't agree, but I can see what they're saying. I don't. Every time I speak, I used to like, I gotta represent the women every single time. I represent right is right, wrong is wrong, fair is fair. I like that. Right is right, wrong is wrong, and fair is fair. I don't like when people don't admit to their stuff. You sound okay. Only losers don't admit to what they're not doing. If you're poor, you're not admitting that you're not budgeting, you're not making enough money, you're not spending less. You just want to make excuses, but they did this and but they did that, right? If you're overweight, then you're making excuses as to why you didn't eat well. You can't work out, right? But it's everything's fault. But the food is bad. I ain't like saying the food ain't bad. The food is horrible, but you still have to be disciplined. So when we know, we can see it obviously in certain things. So when we are wrong and we are not doing what we need to do, or we can be held to a higher standard, it's nothing wrong with wanting to win or wanting to get results or want, like, there's a thing in like real estate that they always like, if you not producing, everybody knows, right? They call you a half capper if you only meeting half their quota. Um, um, and if you meet their quota, then you get a cap. You get congratulated if you do what you're supposed to do. So we always, everybody has a standard, a requirement. Women want men to do certain things, and men want women to do certain things. So let's talk about it today. Here we go. Oh, it's about to get real though. By the way, it's about to get real. It's about to go down. It's about to go down. And don't look at black and white, because y'all, everybody act like this. I'm sorry. Y'all, everybody. This is the culture. This is the culture. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Oh. All right, here we go. Oh, I gotta press play. Duh. See, I told you. I'll be right on. That kitty, baby. Why would Daddy even want to hurt a cat? Hey, what are you listening to? What happened? There's nobody was in bed. You need to get in bed, all right? Go inside. Jeez. That's your fault. He said, why do you want to be the cat? The little kid overheard some stuff. Oh, gosh. That was funny. All right. I don't think it's sharing.
I'm back again, fam. I'm your gracious host, Drummer Boy 1980s fam. John from approaches her in that manner.
I'm talking about one thing and then it goes to another. So be patient.
She feels attractive, regardless of whether or not a man approaches her.
Okay, so the question is, if a man, hold up, let me go back so I can get this question back.
Attractive if a man is not approaching them?
Does a woman feel attractive if men are not approaching her? Does a woman feel attractive if men are not approaching her?
If she feels confident within herself and she feels like a person who is attractive, then she feels attractive, regardless of whether or not a man approaches her in that manner. Okay. Tina Goddess.
Absolutely.
Hold on, now.
If men didn't approach a woman sexually, would she still feel attractive, or would they still feel attractive? I'm gonna say yes. And I'll say yes if she's a confident woman. I'm gonna say yes if she doesn't validate her level of attractiveness by some external factor.
I know what I did.
Boy, oh boy.
Magic trick.
Man, I tell you, go ahead and hit the subscribe button. Go ahead and click it. Come on back.
Oh man, he said magic trick.
I'm about to ride, right?
Oh man, I can't.
First thing first, in order to be attractive simply means, to be alluring, to captivate something, to mesmerize.
Some of y'all use
it. You get my drift? How is it that you can feel attractive when nobody is drawn to you? Huh? attracted to you, how can you then say that you are attractive? How do you know? And the question is,
Like,
where I feel. Oh, guys, take notes. Get your pen and pad out. You see how a woman's feelings can be in direct opposition of reality? Oh, God, I'm not going. Did you hear what I said? Let me repeat that again. Do you see how a woman's feelings can be in direct opposition of reality? The truth. Facts don't matter whenever it comes to her feelings. Jada Pinkett. I ain't going there right now. I got a video coming though. But she can feel attractive even though.
All right. So I think this is what it is, okay? When you ask women, when you ask us what we think about something, we have to consider us looking good in the answer. Guys could say this is what it is, but we are going to dress it up. Because if you flip that question, because in my mind I was like, my little voice was like, well, why we got to get the question about our look, right? If you would ask a man this question, I'm sure he'd say, if nobody was checking for me, I probably think that something's wrong with me. Like, answer honestly. But men get a little mad when you dance around with mental gymnastics because you don't want to answer the question in a way that makes women look bad. And I mean, just if you think about it, if you're one of those people that just we always gotta look, we gotta speak for the whole gender, then yeah, you're gonna see.
Is attracted to her, or either somebody lying one. And the greatest trick is to get a person to lie to themselves, to deceive themselves.
I thought that was the greatest trick to deceive yourself.
Your feelings can be wrong. You heard me, D. I said your feelings could be wrong. Your feelings.
He said the greatest trick is to get someone to deceive themselves. I was like, I need to sit with that one. Okay, that's so true. That is the greatest trick, is to get somebody to deceive themselves. So master manipulators will have you thinking that it's you. You apologizing, you're not wrong. So think about that. What's the other thing he said?
Am I as cute and hold up, guys, hold up. We won't sniff as much cocaine as I want to be able to get. The guys can deceive themselves. There's no way to treat them. Your feelings can be wrong. You heard me, D.
He said your feelings can be wrong. Your feelings can be wrong. I don't think your gut is not the same thing as your feelings. So your feelings can be wrong. I like how y'all can see me on Instagram and still I hold it this way. That's cool. All right. So yeah, your feelings can be wrong. That's true. If you really think about it, every time when people are dealing with emotions, we saw Will Smith deal with his emotions, make decisions out of emotions, and later on, come on, somebody, like a woman never done that, and like we've never was like, oh my gosh, I know I screamed at the top of my lungs, and I know I said I never want to see you again, but like, you know what, I was tripping. If we said sorry, right? Oops.
I said your feelings could be wrong. Your feelings can beguile you. They can deceive you.
That's true.
Right? I feel like I should be able to sleep with as many women as I want, when I want, sniff as much cocaine as I want, drink as much liquor as I want, and shoot people whenever I get mad. But hold up, guys. Hold up. Let's see what Courtney got to say. All right? Let me go get my cab chair. I'll be right back.
I'll answer. I'm going to say no. And I don't care how much confidence you have in the world. If there's no one approaching you or wanting you, you're going to question yourself.
On the cocaine.
Am I as cute as I think I am? So
right.
The reason why wasn't Steph Curry's wife, Aisha Curry,
I hear you, Lamont,
was on the red table talk or wherever she was, getting pissed off that Steph was getting all the attention and she wasn't getting any.
Yo, that was the perfect example. That was the perfect example of how if you're not getting attention, then it's going to mess with your mind. Just admit it, right? And how Steph Curry's wife, Aisha Curry, was not getting as much attention. And it was causing her to act a certain kind of way and feel a certain type of way, if make her feel like she was not attractive. And why do we say, oh, I just wanted to see if I still got it? I think if people be more honest and real, even if it make you look bad, then people could really think that when somebody, the first time somebody say that, oh, that was a disingenuous answer, I was like, what are you talking about? What do you mean disingenuous? Or they say cat, right? And I wasn't getting it. And then I was like, oh, I'm speaking womanese. I'm about to do a real estate show for you guys that's gonna be back on IG later at 3 o'clock. And I was like, please don't speak too much mortgagees to the audience. And he was laughing because like we don't understand that, sir. We don't understand when you're talking on mortgage terms in a certain kind of way. So women, we do have a certain way of talking. It's so natural. And it's so what's so crazy is like before I say these things, it's like I remember I have 3 daughters. Three. So I see it early. And I'm like, how do y'all already know how to do that? How do you already know how to deflect? How do you it comes naturally? This is like our nature. So we have to like tweak things about ourselves to become better women. We have to. Just like men have to tweak things about themselves and they got to be more faithful and they got to keep their eyes to themselves. Women have to do certain things to keep themselves in check as well.
So she had to question herself, lose weight, get naked to get that sexual advancement.
Facts, Courtney. Facts.
She did get naked.
I mean, let's call a spade a spade. So if I'm going out thinking I'm cute and no one looks my way, I'm gonna look in the mirror and go, well, darn, what's wrong with me? How come ain't nobody checking for me and I done got all dressed up?
Check her out. She's the goddess is smiling because you know she's right.
And if that keeps happening over and over again, it's going to kill your confidence. And that's why people on Instagram getting bucket naked, trying to get attention, trying to get like that sexual bucket naked. And that's what they doing it for. So no.
All right. So let me ask you a question. Do you think that women on Instagram get naked for attention because they want to feed their ego, or like what is that about? Like what do you think that is about? Are we doing it because we want to make sure we still got it, or not we, but those women that decide to get naked or whatever? Are we trying to be relevant? Listen, I never thought that big stars will want to be relevant until I heard the Jada Pinkett thing. Oh my gosh. When she said, I didn't need you to defend me, I said, Jada, you just want 5 more days of all the world's attention. And that's how I knew. I was like, oh, you definitely a media whore. That's what you is. That's what you are. Why didn't you just say that right in the beginning? No, because you want the story to keep going. I'm like, I refuse to talk about this again, y'all. I refuse. I'm not getting my attention no more. They can put him in jail for all I care. I ain't talking about it no more.
Can I ask you a question? Why do women post thirst trap pictures on Instagram if it doesn't matter?
Look at her face though.
This is the one. That's why you do thirst trap to get attention and to get likes. And best believe you post a picture and you're gonna look who like money. And if they don't like it, then it's gonna cause a problem. So you're gonna remove it. And maybe I posted at the wrong time. Let me add it back. And then if it don't, it's gonna hit.
Can you imagine? You wear your tightest dress, ladies. You wear your best, you know, with the undergarments, your stomach on flat. Everything's doing what it needs to do, and you get not one like. Like, what is that gonna do to your self-esteem, though? I'm just saying, would that bother you? If you were a woman, maybe you're not a woman. Would that bother you if you got not one like?
It's your ego. Women are very ego-driven.
That's okay. I agree with Courtney. What I had to learn that women are ego-driven, and it wasn't like a bad thing. Like it wasn't like, oh my gosh, we're horrible. It was like, why do y'all think? This is how I learned it. I said, why do you think if you call me, hey beautiful, hey gorgeous, hey sexy, and I just and the women be like, because you like that. It's good for your ego. And I was like, wait. And then the manipulators be piling it on. Yeah, girl, you ain't nobody like you. They just start saying a whole bunch of stuff. And I was like, why do they all know that play? Because they know us better than we know us. They know a little compliment goes a long way. A little flattery goes a long way. We want attention. If you okay. Shut up, bro. Shut up. I used to be like this. I don't know if I'm still like this or not. Like if I look nice and I'm just like, oh, have you ever got offended? Like if if a guy just keep going, he don't even bother. He don't even bother to look at you. You're like, what the heck is wrong with you, bro? And you don't even think like, yo, maybe he's in a relationship or whatever. But you'll get attention from like some days you just be feeling insecure and you just like you get attention from everybody. And that one person you didn't get no attention from, he's like, that hurt my feelings. Right? Anyway, so yeah, we because when you see the difference of how you're treated when you're in sweats and when you're dressed up, you know what I mean? So then people could take it to the head, but like, oh, you just get dressed up just so you can get attention. I ain't gonna take it that far.
So yes, am I gonna feel attractive if no one comes to me as a sexual advancement, trying to holler, all that? It's gonna hurt my ego.
Thank you for being honest, Courtney.
Her face. Look at her face. Tina got us.
Cool, y'all. She taking off from the free throw line, guy. She Clyde Drexler.
They don't like Courtney because she seems like she's always on the men's side.
God, sister, that was fire.
It's not about sides, y'all.
The whole truth, so help me God. The very thing that she said at the end is the very reason why these women give it.
It's almost like we feel like if we admit to what she just said, that we need men to feel good about ourselves. But men need women to feel good about themselves. Men will tell that they always say wars are fought over women, right? And guys go out and get money, cars, and everything. Why? To impress women. So it can go both ways. It's not a bad thing. It's amazing. Henry says it's amazing how women or men in relationships that have an affectionate spouse and still need more attention, even when the spouse gives them enough. Why you need others people's validation in caps, Henry said. Okay, wait a minute. Listen, I'm gonna try to explain it. Okay, hold on. Let me explain. So, if they have an affectionate spouse, do you tell her she's beautiful all day, every day? No. Well, okay. So this is what I think it is. Women we want to look our best, right? We want to know like this is what we are good at. We are good at looking good, right? We're good at, presentation, okay? So let us do what we do, right? But it's not about always let me look extra sexy. You can look nice. What I have a problem is when you're trying to do your best and you're trying to keep it up. On the one hand, if you don't keep it up, then the guy's looking at you like she let herself go. On the other hand, if you do it too much, then you're being too sexy, you're thirst trapping, and you want attention. Here's where I have a problem. I have a problem when the woman is looking presentable. She looks good, but then that's confused with her trying to get attention. She's wearing regular clothes. She just looks nice. It's okay. If you're really pretty, listen, I don't have to do extras. I'm not paying 600, 3,000. Yeah, like I don't have to keep switching all the time. I'm like, I'm gonna just rock on what I got, and I'm just like add a little bit. If you can understand what I'm saying, ladies, like you don't gotta do too much when you're pretty. You can just gotta keep it clean. Y'all know what I'm talking about. If you're a handsome man, you just get a fresh cut. You don't got to go dyeing your beard and doing all this extra stuff like all the time. And no, so it's just like this is what they do to feel their self-esteem, to feel good. Yeah. Is that disrespectful? I think it depends on the man. And I want to get into this because women don't want to be policed on what they wear, right? Women don't want to be told you can wear this and you can't wear that. They don't want to. But it gets to be, once you start to like these images that we see, they start to become. I remember, y'all remember when tights, nobody was wearing tights, y'all. It's getting worse. Nobody was wearing tights, and now everybody's wearing tights. Now they got the tights that scoot your booty up, and girls with no booty got tights from the booty. I mean, they got booty from the tights. Okay, like it's extra, 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 right? Um, Girls coming to the gym with like a bra and tights or little booty shorts or whatever, like tiny things like that could be disrespectful. But if she's looking nice, let her look nice. It's not disrespectful for her to look nice. You have to want your girl to, you know what I mean? Like I think some guys get intimidated, like, oh well, other people are going to be looking at you, they're going to be hollering at you. Well, if she's pretty, there's it's not going to stop. She can wear sweatpants, jeans. She can dress it up. She can dress it down. She's always going to get attention if she's a pretty girl. So you should just feel like, you know what, like y'all can look, but you can't touch, right? But if she's going out and her butt cheeks are out, now she's being disrespectful. If she's in a situation, like if she's in a relationship, if she's in a marriage, especially if she's in a marriage, like I do. It's a code. It's a code. It's a code, and that's that. But her dressing up like that was. I've been there where somebody's like, "Oh, you can't wear such and such." I'm like, I can't look nice. I can't look nice. And what the key thing what you said, Henry, was you were a affectionate spouse, right? Maybe she needs words of affirmation, so you were affectionate, but if she's not getting that affection, then if you're not giving her that affection, if you're not giving her those words, if you're not telling her she's beautiful like all the time, maybe you have somebody may have a girl that needs to hear, oh, you look good today, like you, in her head she's like, oh, he didn't even say I look nice, oh, he didn't say I look good, oh, you know what I mean? And that's why um you got to do work on yourself. Like even if, let's say, I knew I look good. What? Oh, okay. So I just say I know. I know. Listen, I know, but I still would have been like, well, dang, that would have been nice if you would have said I look nice too. Just like men never get you look nice. Tell me y'all get somebody say, yo, you look nice. Only girls that say you look nice is girls that don't know you, right? But the girl that's with you, she never tell you you look nice. Come on, be honest, right? It will feel good if she said it, right? Same thing. Feel good if you hear it. And that's that. No, I don't think it's disrespectful. I think it's disrespectful depending on what you wear and depending on who you with. Some guys don't really care about what exactly you have on, and then sometimes taking it too far, y'all gotta agree on that.
Cause of ego. Oh, you know good doggone well if no man was not hollering at you, was not pursuing you or showing you any kind of attention, that would affect your psyche. Who they think they talking to, guys? We ain't simps over here on this side. We can see straight through the facade, and it make you look like a liar simply because you're trying to combat the truth. Family, the only thing that you have to do is just sit back and just put forth the truth and watch the people struggle with the truth.
All right, so guys, if you know me, I like controversial people because they tell you what you're doing wrong. You know what I mean? You be like, that's not me. Like, no, that's not me. Oh, that's me. I did that. And then that's how you, if you're staying in an echo chamber, if you're staying with people that tell you that you do everything perfectly, yeah, you about to lose some stuff. But I want to know, like, what can we do better? So that's why I listen to, I watch people that they got this extra commentary. I think it's funny, one. But not the people that's toxic. The guys that's toxic, I can't take them. They think women are trash. He said low self-esteem is too much. I don't believe I what you mean have low self-esteem? If even if a woman never told me I look good, as long as I have my spouse, I would be fine. But it depends on I don't think like it's I think honestly, like I said, everybody's insecure. Why you gotta be so insecure? Yeah. Everybody's insecure, men and women. So it's not so much if you're insecure, I wouldn't say you have low self-esteem and diagnose that. But it's just like if we didn't care what anybody thought, why are we on Facebook? Why are we on YouTube? Why are we on Instagram? Why do we count our likes? Why are we excited if more people see us? All of that is validation. All the whole system is validation. And they didn't just make it up. It was already here before. They just monetizing it now. That makes sense? So men, I'm telling you, Henry, men, they have this confidence. Ha, hey, somebody. They could be wearing the weirdest looking sneakers and a crazy looking jacket. And they be like, I don't care if she don't like me, she don't like me. That's it. But women, we gotta have all of our stuff a certain kind of way, right? We you don't really see women dressing like a weirdo, right? You see us conforming. This is what I'm an observer. I don't like it, but this is what it is. We want the trends and we want to wear the latest this and the latest that. Right? We want to. Like that's not we don't like to stand out as women. The only time we want to stand out is to be when they got all of this extra stuff going on. So we either standing out with like little bit tiny bit of clothes on or we falling into the pack. It's like soup right now the culture is like super sexy or masculine. That's it. It's no in between. It's no I wear a skirt. There's no nothing like that. So when you stand out, when you're different, you know, you get hate from other people. And that's what it is. They're like, who are you to be different? Well, anyway, that's my little 2 cents on that.
Wrestle with the truth. It is hilarious. This panel is indicative of life, or it's imitating life, they say, right? You heard T. Goddard's answer. You heard K answer. And Kayla was on board with the other two ladies. So they 3 out of 4.
All right, they about to come in now.
Courtney had an answer that was logical and sound. So there was 4 ladies. 3 of them gave a bogus answer. Courtney gave a correct response. 1 out of 4 get married. That's 25%.
He's throwing his little shade on it.
Family, I want y'all to hear something. Kids, cover up your ears. Christian people, excuse this language because this language is very vulgar. So please excuse this, but you need to hear this for a reason.
Right? Here they go.
I don't want anybody to say that I took them out of context. So I'm gonna play the clip.
I know where you're going, but I just wanted her to go ahead and bury herself. So you're a representation of your family, and that's why you go out there looking the way you look. Correct? Am I right?
You can hear. So your titties is out because you want to.
She said you can hear. All right, here come the attitude. Okay. All right. Tell me if she have an attitude or not, because I have my own opinion. All right, here we go. She said you can hear.
Your family. Excuse me? Your titties be out and you shine up your titties. You said where are my titties out?
The most famous response is to question the question. If y'all don't want to be labeled combative, just answer the question. That's one. When you don't answer questions, you're being combative. So she said, where are my titties out?
Look at it.
That's why they left him. Because even this guy, he's always Chicago Rilla. We call him Rilla. He's always on the women's side. But check his face out.
Where are my titties out?
He starts shaking his head. He's like, here we go.
Caps season here, bro. Spring is coming.
Answer the question. Answer the fucking question. Because you want to go here, then let's go.
We ain't gotta go nowhere. We should.
So name it.
So you said
Name it, Logic.
Name what? I could hear you.
Name where my titties are out.
So your cleavage is showing, and that's to represent your family.
My cleavage looks great, actually. Yes.
No, I didn't.
Look at me. Wait, it's the smile for me. It's the smile for me. She's cheesing. Let me check y'all out on Facebook. She's cheesing. Like she was mad the entire time. But as soon as soon as she thought of her comment of they look good, don't they? They look good, don't they? All right. Let me go back because maybe I'm tripping. Go back.
Your family.
My cleavage looks great, actually. Yes.
Soon as she
I did not say it did look great. I'm saying, but by showing your cleavage,
yes, I look good as shit. So yes.
Wait. So by showing your cleavage, that's the
I
representation.
look good as fuck. So yes.
Why you want?
What do y'all think? What do y'all think? Do you think that? Because I feel like just because they would look, they notice. Guys notice everything. Okay, they look, they notice. But it's just kind of like she's single, and these are the things that guys think about when they're evaluating a woman. Okay, let me go. And she start cursing now. What do y'all think? Y'all think it's appropriate? I mean, it's not really a big deal, but they get worse than this. So they're talking about like she consistently is wearing her cleavage. She, the other girls today, they're not so much. One of them is about to pop up, and no, you're not policing women, but it's like you say you want to do something, then like if you want to get married, then these guys are like, okay, well, you need to do X, Y, and Z and all of that. So she said something about representing her family. That's why that's how they got her.
Let him. Hold on. Wait. We cleared the.
Hold on. All of it represents my family. I look good as hell. I represent all of it.
But she thought the family. That was hell.
All of this. You see
We
that?
What did she put in there?
So that you can get your whole thought out. So you can't.
Any other questions of validity?
You can't extend the same respect and let him actually make his point and finish the comment. Okay, I'm good. I don't need to. I already know that. No, we extended her respect, and she don't want to extend the same.
What other questions do you have? Because he asked the question, I answered it. Any other questions?
No. So I mean,
okay, great.
Good. Thank you, Kelly.
God damn.
Okay. But there you have it.
Yo, I'm still getting used to the new Facebook stuff. I'm like, how do you get to
My
your
daughter
hey?
don't ever say she got her titties out to represent me. We gonna have a problem. My daughter don't ever say she got her titties out to represent me. We gonna have a problem. Nigga said I'm too sexy for this show.
Ooh.
They mad you look good. They want to try to whatever. Everything I'm not gonna give a fuck what you think. If she approves it, why would I care? What do you think?
I don't think that's the point. All right, so I didn't miss anything in Facebook. All right, there we go. All right. So yeah, she's like, why do I care what you think? But this is a representation of, the different women out here. She don't mind showing her body more. She's showing a little bit of cleavage. These girls are covered up. I'm sure on a different day, somebody gonna show their cleavage. I think she just does it a lot. And they're like, you really want us to take you seriously when you're doing this, and you talking about you represent your family, and she got attitude. So it's the compounding effect, So now she's like, who are you, right? But these are black men. Like you want somebody to marry you, right? So you can't just say like all of these guys represent different personalities and different types. These women represent different personalities and different types. So if this guy's like, oh, that's cool, you being sexy. This guy is quiet, and y'all can't see me point, but Lapeef is sitting back. You don't know what he's thinking. This one's like, oh, you can be sexy if you want to. He's the nice guy. This guy's like, you would never be my woman. That's logic. And Anton's like, what the like? I'm about to he's disproving it as well, but he's trying to prove a point. So who knows?
It's not personal. Remember.
Is it just what you look like, or is it how you talk in your potty mouth right now that also represents?
Here we go.
Well,
so the potty mouth. So as soon as like if you're on a show and you are like, this is your job. Let's just say it's your job right now. So as soon as you're in, like what they said, you start cussing and I look at this F and this and then the third. So now they're trying to say, here comes the attitude, here comes this, here comes that. You could have. It's just a lot of strikes. This one is adjusting her cleavage.
Well,
like, hold up.
That represents it too. Like, if you get disrespectful, there are multiple.
I think she gets the.
that also represents your family.
Well,
I think she's saying it. They got a point. Okay. She's smiling.
That represents it too. Like, if you get disrespectful, there are multiple people in my family that will.
Nobody disrespected you.
It is what
He
it
said
is.
that you actually look good, and you said he just asked you a simple question.
Yes, that too.
She should have said, yo, she really should have said, I think I am representing my family. That's all she had to say. But she went all emotional and wanted to cuss everybody out because she didn't like them attacking her about her boobs. I mean, her, her breasts being out. So, and she do shine them up every. I have noticed them. So I was like, go ahead, girl, do your thing. They ain't mad at you. But they gonna have something to say.
Well, family. Did you hear it? I didn't cut no clips up. I didn't do anything of that sort. I played it straight through. You heard the raw footage. Oh boy, I tell you what, I'm peeping the trick bag. Kayla.
So even though you see guys interested in the IG model, the super sexy girl, they're actually still wanting that traditional vibe from women. They want you to, like, if you're gonna be my woman, you're gonna have to cover it up. I'm gonna give y'all my opinion a little bit. Well, let me get a little bit right now. I've been in situations like I'm like, y'all not used to this by now? Like when you with somebody, they don't want you to have your cleavage all the way down to your stomach. Lalu says interesting and intelligent. Thank you. They don't want to like your cleavage to be all the way down to your stomach. Now, if you're at an event, you know what I mean? It's like a time and a place for everything. What do you say? Oh, cool. Oh, snap. We getting a pre-approval. Gotta check on my money. Always. So yeah, we got a new buyer, new couple new buyers. All right. So you honestly, if you're in a relationship, you should be like, if you're used to being in a relationship, it's going to be different types of guys. Some guys are not going to care what you wear. They're going to be like, girl, do your thing. I'm fine. It depends on how secure that guy is. And some guys are like, no, baby. Wait. This is why I know why she mad. The one dude that was 60 something, he was trying to tell me I'm supposed to be wearing like y'all see my pictures on social media. That is mild compared to what's out there. He was trying to act like I was a whole stripper. I was like, bruh. He was like, yeah, you're gonna have to wear your skirt down to your ankles. Like he was taking pleasure in trying to change women. And I was like, bro, you gotta get out of here with that, bro. You see, first of all, you're 60 something. And like, no, ain't nobody trying to hear that, Papa. Ain't nobody trying to hear that. Ain't nobody trying to hear that, bro. At all. Not even a little bit. So I was like, this is our last conversation. So good luck. And he was just like, no, I want to change you. I said, bro, you better go find somebody older. He wants somebody like, no, go get your 50-year-old young John, because you're 60. She still be a young John at 50. And you go tell her to wear a flower dress down to her ankles. Even though you saw me, when you saw me, you saw my legs out and everything. So, sir, I don't know why these guys be trying to change this girl. It's not smart. Okay. All right.
Kayla is a nice looking woman, but the minute she open her mouth, everything goes out the window. Everything. Her attitude is janky. It's jacked up, man. And I don't know a guy in his right mind that would put up with this. I'm serious. And people can say, well, it's just the internet. No, that was not no internet. There was not no internet. You seen the unwrap.
What I want y'all to realize is that men could talk real harsh about, oh, I would never put up with that. But that's them. This is what they're thinking in their mind. So what you gonna say? Well, you shouldn't think like that, huh? That's how they think. What you want to know what's in somebody's head and what they're thinking of versus saying that, trying to tell them what they're supposed to think. Women think what they think. They think y'all short balls is not it. You ain't telling them that it's not different. They try to convince you like, no, I'm good. When we flip it, it's fun. But when it's on us, we don't like it.
Oh, this is not the first time. She cussed like a sailor, man. And she says that this is a representation of her family. Because Mr. Logic just asked a simple question. So you're clear?
I think they was waiting for her to slip up, though, to be honest. And I know some of y'all watching like, this girl ain't do nothing. What is they talking about? Words. I know. Oh, man.
It's being out across the YouTube and social media. Is that a representation of your family? She started cussing. I look effing good. I look effing good. And all this.
But it does show like lack of respect to the people that's in the panel. All you had to do was say, I think I look good. I think like it's a mature way to handle it. It's like, listen, I like how I look. If you don't like it, then you move on. I never cussed that guy out, I never cussed out Mr. Paw, right? I just ignored him. Like that's all I ignored him. I was like, Paw, like I'm not doing no skirt to my ankles. Nah, I'm good. Go get an 80-year-old, okay? But I wasn't disrespectful or anything. I had a whole conversation. But for her to be like, I look effing good. That's where they gonna judge you.
And then, whenever Antana start pressing her about her potty mouth, she says because Mr. Logic disrespect her by simply asking a question.
Yeah, that one thing, I think we get when we feel attacked, it's automatically like you attacked me. So we got to get out of victim mode. When words are words, there is not an attack. And we have to learn how to handle ourselves and not think, oh, because because you said something I didn't like, then you were being disrespectful. You got to really evaluate it and use your mind. Like, did I really get disrespected though?
Deflection tactic, guys. That's all it was, a deflection tactic. Because she didn't have no answer. Now, who can distinguish Kayla from a hood chick? Answer that question. Put it in the comment section. Who can distinguish how she just conducted herself for thousands and thousands of people to see it? How can you distinguish her from a hood chick? You can't. They wanted the same. I've been telling y'all this. And I don't have nothing against the sister personally. I'm just talking about her actions. Her actions that I just seen, that y'all just seen. That's hood chick stuff. I don't care where she grew up. See, y'all got a geographical location confused with a mindset. Oh, God. Huh? You heard? You got a geographical location. I know people that live in $1 million houses. That's hood. The Atlanta housewives. You see how that work? That's hood. Got nice homes, drive nice cars, still hood. Ghetto. Huh? I said what I said. As a matter of fact, I'm going to drop the mic right there. Mike.
So yeah, that's that one. What do you guys think? What do you guys think? Was she that horrible? It wasn't that she was that horrible. It's just like if you have to deal with somebody's attitude every day, if you're gonna pick somebody to spend the rest of your life with, it's not gonna be somebody that is combative, that always gotta fight, that's gonna cuss you out. It's not gonna be that. It's gonna be somebody that is easygoing and y'all have a good time. But you're not gonna have a good time when if you slightly bring something up and that person is World War III right then and there. So you thinking that, okay, I'll disqualify myself, and this is probably what is going on, but nobody's gonna tell her. Nobody's gonna tell her.
Her personality is directly.
All right, so now we talked about dress. We're done with that. Should women change the way they dress? All right, so let me give you my little take on the dressing part. Okay, so I have a couple notes here. Like I said, it depends on the guy, right? And you have to ask your question. Your question: how sexy are you comfortable with me dressing? Right? How some guys they're like, oh yeah, no, it's nothing wrong with a little. For those guys might not mind her thighs and her legs out, but they don't want all her boobs out, or they don't want you dressing like a nun or to your skirt to your knees. I don't think that. I think with the other girl, she had the like let's say you had your shoulders out and all of that. Some guys, this is like too what you had just she had just a little bit like just being classy. But when you're trying to advertise, I pay for my boobs. That's how you know you're going the wrong direction. All right. So you can't say it's all your decision. When I was looking up marriage and everything, they said it's all about it's not about you anymore when you get married. It's about us. It's about us. What's good for us. Let's say if for you want a man to defend you, right? If he's going to defend you, then you have to not put him in a position of always having to defend you as well. Just like Jada didn't have to put Will in the position to have to defend her and then say, "Oh, I didn't need you to defend him." She could have called him Will. She could have called. I said I wasn't going to talk about it, but she could have called him. So you're preventing things from happening by dressing a certain way. Not nunny. I didn't say that, but just toning it down a little bit. Like other cultures understand toning it down to be married. To for you to be exactly single, like dress the way you were in your 20s when you were going to a club, and to do that when you're in a relationship, you got to talk about that with the guy that you're with the man that you're with. You may have to talk about it. So he may like it. He may say only dress like that when you're with me. Y'all might come to some kind of compromise, but you can't just say this is me and this is how I'm going to dress and this and that. You know what I mean? And this is how you got. Yeah, that part is going to be a little rough. Let me know how that works out. Let me know how that works out. And then you be like, well, why you haven't married me yet? Well, I asked you to start dressing more conservatively, but you don't want to listen. I asked you to be more flexible, and you're not doing it. So if you look at it from their point of view, they're like, whatever. So also, yeah, we talked about all the rest of them. So let's talk about personality real quick. This one is good. This video is good. All right, so let me give you play. Anton, hold up. Anton, this guy, right? He's married to this woman. But this woman, I noticed, she just does whatever he says, and like she's cool, but something going on with them. Like it's just like she do whatever. And one of the shows, it's like he was alluding to the fact that he could cheat. Like he probably could cheat. I don't know, right? But he like the way he talks, he's like, yeah, you got to be responsible, and you can't just have babies everywhere. Like, yeah, like that's the type of dude. And he's telling people to get married and all that. Hey, Ty. And so, but there's benefits to marriage and all of that. But he's very like, I'm the man, and I set the tone, and I'm responsible for what's going on. So he feels like it's all in his head. Like he says stuff like, "Give me a Jada, and I'll make her submit," and that stuff like that, dumb stuff like that. Okay, yeah.
That her personality is directly directly influenced by and crafted according to the circumstance and the situation that I've created for her all the way up until that time.
Really? She had a personality before you. She's had the personality with you. She had a personality at 50 years old. And you're the same way. You can kind of think that we all think that we're kind of a little more important than we are, right?
Because Pause. Here we go. Let's go. Ding, ding, ding. I love it. Because Anton thinks that, look, this little smug thing, like I made her. I'm the one that formed her and made her this amazing woman. Really? He's like, no, bro, you ain't she was already amazing. Why you think you get so much credit?
In our heads, we are always the star of the show. But what people don't see, and of course they see it all the time, is that husbands, guys, you don't realize that your wife, she thinks that she's the star of the show.
So I noticed this couple that the guy was all talking to her like before they got married. They were, he was talking to her pretty rough. After they got married, I was like, "How married life?" You're like, like she the boss. I just figured like, I'm just giving her what she wants. It's gonna be much easier. It's gonna be much easier if I just work with her. And I was like, what happened to the tough Tony? Because women think they're the star of the show. Men think they're the star of the show.
Right? She thinks that she's influencing you. She thinks that she is creating a home that's directly influencing you. But you're not the star in her head. She's the star. You play a good part, right? But when the credits roll and it says starring, it's her name first. Even if you pay for the Porsche, even if you pay the mortgage, even if you're filling the retirement accounts, she is the star in her head, and she will always be the star when times are good. Let's be fair. You've been married 17 years, so you've had some ups and downs. In the downs, she was a star. In the ups, she was a star.
He puts it very well. Like,
in
he
her
said
head.
it very well.
No, Lee.
I know. She might not even tell you. Listen, I know things that your wife will never tell you. Right?
But
not,
no,
not
but
your
that's why I
wife.
wanted to have. No, I get you. But that's why I wanted to have you on a platform, because one thing about.
So, do y'all agree that women think that they're the star? Women think that they're the star of the relationship. Like, it's all about me. Well, that's why they want you to pay. That's why they want you to provide, right? It's all about making me happy.
About me is that, like, I think what I think, of course, right? But I'm always looking to get more insight. And the one thing that I want people to go into different aspects of their life with is more information, right? To arm them with more information in order to make a more informed decision. And I think that one of the misconceptions about me is that I'm trying to push people into marriage, which I'm not. The only thing that I emphasize is that if you're going to do marriage, let me give you the pros as well as the cons, because there's not enough people talking about the pros to go along with it. And conversely, if you decide not to do marriage, be accountable for the things that you do and still be able to exercise a level of discipline that goes along with it. That don't mean that you can go out here and have a bunch of kids. You still gonna have some there. You see what I'm saying? So you coming on this platform actually adds a lot of value, because I'm approaching this weirdly enough as a student, right? I'm trying to understand what it is that I'm missing.
I love how, because he's an expert, I get this in real estate too. Because he's an expert, right? He's automatically like, you know what? That was crazy that you just said that. But because you're the expert, I'm here to learn, right? I'm here to learn. And there's nothing wrong with that. And a lot of people like, look, I don't know about real estate, but so like kind of walk me through it. And they'll have that humble posture. And then that's going to get them the information. Like, I have you here. He's a millionaire. This one, Anton, is the millionaire. So he's like, well, when it comes to marriage though, like, let me know, because you see the ugly side of this every single day. This guy's a divorce attorney. So he's like, I can learn something from you. I'm not stupid. I know when a powerful person's in the room. So let me learn from you. And I think that they're so wise. And if we all did that and look at that person, even if sometimes the expert is right in your face and you want to tell the expert what they, what they should know or what they should do.
Professional, you got a lot of insight, you got a lot of game. And so I'm just gleaning off of you right now and trying to help you, trying to understand what insight I can gain as a result from your experiences as a 20-year, divorce attorney.
Yeah. No, I listen. I understand wanting to get more information, and I think we all want to do that. Right? All's a big word, but you know what I'm saying. But I honestly believe that your relationship is super solid. Way back in the day, I saw a video of you where you were walking through the mall and you were talking about your relationship, and I thought it was beautiful. What I also noticed though was like, that's really kind of the only video that you're going to see like that. There's not a lot of men. There's not a lot of men making a video like that. Say luck, because maybe you don't believe you are. You really don't. Now that's not a shot, right?
No, it's not.
I'm sure that there are a lot of people.
Henry said it's about both of you. Women think women how they think they think they want wife treatment without cooking, cleaning, and without building a secure foundation are crazy. How you expect something without contributing? Because that's what the culture teaches them. I ain't say it was right, but that is what the culture teaches you, just to take, not to give. The culture is training men to give and women to take. And I have to tell myself, how do you reciprocate? Like, how do you show up and how do you give? Even if it's not exactly the same way, but how do you give? Even if if you'd be surprised how many men don't get asked, how was your day? How was your day? But the woman is always like, well, why didn't you ask me how my day was? We got to be asking them as well. We have to reciprocate as well. We have to say good morning as well. We can't allow men to do all the work. It's the stuff you don't want to hear, but it's like if you tighten up, you thought I wanted to hear to go to the gym, Ruth, and lose some weight. You thought you you thought after I lost the weight, I was like, oh, I still need to work on a part of my that I wanted to hear it. I'd rather hear it than in the moment when I needed to do it. Now I needed it to be done. Now I'm like, dang, I thought I was good. I thought I was okay. I remember losing the weight, and then I got into a bathing suit, and I was like, oh no. Emmanuel, my son, he's like, oh no. He's like, oh no, mommy's still fat. Oh no. I wasn't fat, but my stomach wasn't as flat as I thought it was. And I was like, never again will this happen to me. So from then on, I looked at my body in a critical way, but still kind of loving, so that I can get the results that I want. Sometimes we have to tweak and not listen to what a mainstream is saying, not listen to what people are telling us is you supposed to get this out of marriage. No. What are you going to give in a relationship? What are you going to bring to this person? What can you give? How can you make his life easier when you already know he's going to try to make your life easier? It can't be one-sided. Foreigners, Henry says foreigners, some are opposite. They men work and the woman attends home. Today it takes two to have anything nice. I could never be with someone who never brought nothing to the table. That's a burden. A lot of people think like that. They're like, oh, but okay. But wait. If the man used to work and the woman attend to the home, are you saying that when the women were not working back in the day that it was a burden to the men back in the day? Or you're saying because they're not attending home? I'm not even gonna give it to you. No, I'm not gonna give you the answer. I always give the answer. Explain to me the burden part. Like, what's the burden? The fact, what is the girl not doing? Because when, like, that's why we talked about this on the show before, where the girl called in. She's like, oh my gosh, we need to call my boyfriend because I told him to do something. He started yelling at me and he started being so mean to me, and I don't understand. You need to tell him to call me back and all of this stuff. Come to find out, when you hear his story, the girl moves into his house and she's like, oh, he told me I didn't have to work no more and all of that stuff. He moves into the house and they don't have no agreement and understanding, and he just thought that she was supposed to know. And she's like, oh, I don't got to pay no bills. And she's like, oh, he yelled at me to clean the bathroom like he was my dad, all of that stuff. But he was like, bro, I pay all the bills here. I pay. Oh my gosh, that's it right there. So that's it. We are women. I hate to say it, and we are though. It's like we are so naive. It don't make no sense. Like, we don't get it a lot, a lot. Just like when we talked about when a man is asking you to his house, most men are going to expect something to go down, and all the women on the panel was like, no, no. He's like, even if I was like your best friend, if I ask you to come to my room, then you should be aware and know that that's what that means. And I'm like, that was the moment I was like, we are naive. My dad used to say, you're naive. I was like, don't call me that. I don't want to hear that. We are like, we so innocent. We just think the best of everything, and we don't really think like, okay, this is how things are supposed to be. So if he is out to work, she should have been cleaning the house without him having to ask to be like, oh, why is the bathroom clean? He should have never had to say that. But she was just like, oh no, oh no. So this is where the story gets good. So the girl, she goes out and says, she's like, there's like, oh, so they asked the guy, you want to make it work? And she was like, the guy was like, yeah, I want to make it work. And they asked the girl, you want to make it work? She said, hell no, I don't want to make it work. I'm gonna get another guy, and I'm done. She's like, she did not want to make it work. And that's what happens. It's like, wait, she wasn't doing her part, but then she still wanted to leave him because she wanted something more. She wanted, like, I guess she wanted him to clean and to work. I guess, right? She just felt like she was supposed to do nothing. I don't. Where do you get that from? What mentality gave you that? What made you think that? Oh, you told me I could stay home. People wasn't raised right, says Henry. Men and women are not raised right. Men should learn to cook, clean, and provide not for someone else but for themselves. Yeah, yeah. I think sometimes what happens is some men they don't want to do nothing besides work, right? So they'll never wash a dish. And that resentment I was talking about the other day, that pops up. They'll never they act like when they were in their own place, or maybe they never had their own place. I don't know. That they never had to wash the dishes or whatever. I was with somebody that was like that, and I was like, oh my gosh, you just never going to do anything ever. It's always going to be every like you don't wash your own stuff. It's supposed to be me cleaning up after you. I was just like, I don't like that. And it's been other men that take care of all their stuff. They just on their stuff. They do their own laundry. They clean the house. They wash their clothes. So when the woman is coming in, it's like, that's nice to have, but I can handle this myself. That woman is gonna respect that man way more than the guy that want to kick up his feet and do. She's working and she got to do all this extra house chores. If that makes sense.
And who were born or who lost a leg, they may say, lead attorney, you do not understand how blessed you are to have two legs, and they're right. They're absolutely right. Like, I'm glad that I have them, but to really understand how fortunate, I would have to be without. Once I am without, then I would understand. I'm like, oh, okay. There's so many things I can't do without this leg, right? And so it's not a shot at you, but your relationship is something that is very, anomaly is a.
I think what he's trying to say is, hey, bro, like you with your wife, that's you. That's not everybody. You know what I'm saying? Ain't no guy get a anyway. So he about to go into how rare it is, but he really thought like, oh my gosh, I got my wife this and I got my wife that, and therefore she like I made her into this woman, and he's like, no, she's her own person.
Ugly divorce, right? But now, as an older man, I think.
So he was talking about how this guy Anton got married at like 22, and he's been with the same woman for all that time, and so he's saying it's benefits in being married and all of that. But he's talking about another guy got married at 22 and got divorced and then got married again, and it was a bad one. And then now he's older and now he's choosing better.
Of course, right? But now, as an older man, I think he's in his 40s as well. Now, with more wisdom, he has met someone. He has selected someone with using the wisdom now, and the blessings have put this person in front of him. This particular person where now he's engaged again, right? And this time with the person that has been put in front of him and his wisdom to select her, things are so much better. For you to have that person come to you when you were 22, when your brain wasn't even fully formed, where our brains aren't even fully formed until we're 25. Your brain was not fully formed. You still had 3 more years of maturation, just biologically. And for you to capitalize on that.
I love how Anton, I give him his credit because he's sitting there just taking the information in and just listening and learning and getting the information versus I'm gonna argue with that. I'm right and you're wrong. No.
There are gonna be a lot of 22-year-olds, and the person that is in front of them is not the person that they should be with. Like, there's so many points of blessings or favors of advantage of luck that you have. Now, you made the most of it. A lot of people, they don't even want to hear the word luck because then they're like, oh, I was lucky, right? So I didn't work for it. So I didn't sacrifice. I didn't do this. I didn't do that.
Yeah, I feel like that.
You got to be able to hold both these things, both these ideas in your head at the same time.
Yep.
You were lucky. And you had the dedication, you had the drive, you had the intellect.
So I want to address something now. Just because I'm able to process what these men are saying, just because I'm able to understand their point of view, it doesn't mean that I don't care about what women need and want. I can hold both ideas in my mind at the same time and decide which one I want to call on at the same time. Being flexible and open and having your mind expanded in that way is going to make you sharp. Just thinking one way all the time and that your way is right, you have no proof. You have no proof. This is why Anton says, listen, this is what I thought, but you're the expert. Let me know. Let me know based off of like I know how to do my business for 20 years, but you got a whole nother area of my life that you know more about for 20 years yourself. And I want to get a piece of that information. I want to get a piece of that expertise. And so I think that it's very important that we don't have to think oh, I'm so certain. I'm confident that this idea right here is right. Like you got to hold both of those ideas in your head. Yes, I want to dress how I want to dress as a woman, but I have to always keep in mind. Yesterday I wore a dress. I was like, I get so mad because I don't try them on. And I was like, yo, y'all got me again. When I say the dress is like a t-shirt, I mean the dress is like a t-shirt. Who did I see at the store? And I'm about to change my clothes. Who did I see at the store? Jean. I saw a Haitian lady. She was looking at me up and down like, you really came out the house like that? I was like, leave me alone, lady. Leave me alone. You don't know what I got in my closet, right? I was like, wow. I saw a little Haitian flag dangling in the mirror and everything, right? And just because you know better doesn't mean you always do better. And just because you want to do better don't mean you know what you're doing. Anyway, I hope that makes sense. How are you today?
Sacrifice to work, and those together created
another
man in the Versace, right? You could have easily had the luck and not put in the work, and you would have nothing. And we see that with a lot of players, maybe a lot of maybe NBA players or football players who have the gift of extra human genetics, but they're lazy, right? They don't want to put in the work. They don't want to go and practice. They don't want to sit in the ice baths. They don't want to do the work in college. They don't want to write the...
Okay, well, we can equate that to what we're talking about is a lot of women want to be wives, but they don't want to put the work in that's going to take to be a wife. Am I done? That's it. That's the show. It's true. I've been a wife. I know. It's a lot of work. It's not easy. It's not the hardest of jobs, but it's not the easiest of jobs like we think it is. If you coming in to take and take and take and take and take, and you think there's nothing to it, there's nothing that's gonna you have nothing to do, then you might as well just wish for something else. And ma'am, I'm sorry. All right. With that being said, anything else, guys, before we go? About to wrap it up. All right. Well, thank you so much. Make sure you like this video on YouTube and make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel. That's all you got to do. Subscribe to our channel, Ruth Marquis. Okay. And thank you for watching Ruth and Relationships. Ruth and Relationships. Tell me, can you handle it? It's the Ruth and Relationship Show. Bye. See you tomorrow.